So, 2016, almost 10 years ago, Bloodbath was the hardest level ever beaten, and there were even insane demons in the top 15. Riot was the most famous and absolutely best player in the world, and he was currently in a race with Mifili to beat Sonic Wave, which will be the new top one. When, out of nothing, a mysterious Korean player by the name of QWER posted this video. And this was not only weird, cause a player just came out of the blue and almost beat a level that was impossible at the time, but also because this was QWER's first ever video, and he played Geometry Dash for less than a month. So like, people didn't really care that much initially, cause, you know, it's not that hard to hack a level. Like, look, I'm beating Amethyst. Wow. But to completely shut everyone doubting him, he actually started streaming Sonic Wave on Twitch. And there wasn't a single evidence he was hacking. So just imagine how much this was bugging people's minds. A guy comes out of nowhere, gets an absurd record on an upcoming top one that is way harder than anything ever beaten by a human, and apparently he isn't a hacker. This is basically the equivalent of Little Johnny just uploading a legit run of 80% on Grief nowadays, at his first video, but no one, absolutely no one was prepared for what was coming. Cause after that he literally beat the current top 7 Cataclysm in a few more than 1000 attempts. This may not seem a big deal, but again, it was a top 7. This is the equivalent of beating Andromeda nowadays, which is harder than Acheron, Avernus and Silent Clubstep. So yeah, it is actually a big deal. Not only that, but he also beat ICDX, that was the top 10, the Ultimate Phase, that was the top 11, Betrayal of Fate, which was the top 1, Necropolis, that was the top 21, and even got 76% on Bloodbath, which, as you know, was the top 1. And all of this with an insanely low amount of attempts and absurd records. But after all of this, the attention of everyone was still on the race to beat Sonic Wave, in which QWER just had 90%, when out of nothing, only 2 months after the 80% run on Sonic Wave, QWER just disappeared. And why exactly? Well, it's easier to explain with this post, which is a post from one of QWER's founders. And yeah, I said founders, cause no, QWER wasn't a hacker. QWER wasn't even a player actually, nor a bot. It was a group of people. So, I'll tell the story that's on this post. So, the owner of the post, Byakuran, was in a call with his friends, Mifili, which as you know was in the race to beat Sonic Wave, Gigas and Wobbit, when Wobbit brought the idea of it being funny if some random dude just beat Sonic Wave before Mifili. And what idea they had? Well, they had a brilliant idea to just create a fake persona to not only beat Sonic Wave, but also to become a top player insanely fast. So yeah, sometime later the project actually gained life, and they even had different roles for each one of the members. Gigas was the social manager, even communicated in Korean to sustain the identity of QWER being a Korean player. Wobbit was the leader, Byakuran was the GFX creator, and Mifili's role was to beat Sonic Wave as expected. So yeah, dude was racing against himself to beat the top one. Crazy flex. Also, other people joined: Raketi, which was beating Bloodbath, Quasar, which was supposed to beat the Hell Factory, but his completion was cancelled for some reason, Wabusher, who beat levels like Cataclysm, and Necro, creator of Allegiance, Renovan and Anathema, whose role was to make levels on QWER's account. Namely a level called Aeternum Veil, which was supposed to be the hardest level that the community had ever seen. But the progress on the level was being very slow, and even though the verification of the level was supposed to be the grand finale, to right after reveal the truth about QWER to the whole community, it actually never happened, and all we have until today is a 9 seconds preview. cause things soon started falling off when Mifili started trying to get people's attention to play horror games and even to go back to their old group chat. Cause, like you know, they were just trying to work on the project and all, and bro was just telling them to leave that group chat to play horror games with him. Kinda annoying, I get it. But Mifili got mad at all of this, probably cause he was needy or something, I don't know. And what he decided to do? Well, not a very smart thing. He decided to tell everything about QWER to a very infamous player known as Auroras. And as expected, cause Auroras was a very infamous player, the other members of the group got very mad at Mifili. But eventually they just really let it go. So everything is alright now, right? Well, not really. Cause eventually Mifili just got done of the group and left. And even blocked everyone. And some days later, for some reason, they let Auroras enter the server. So now the problem really starts. Cause now that Mifili is out, who will beat Sonic with? Well, guess who offered to do it? Exactly, Auroras. Meanwhile, another guy was brought up, destined to beat Betrayal of Fate, a player named Male Veronica. And why was he brought up? Simply because he was the only victor of the level at the time, so he was the perfect person to beat it. So yeah, he beat the level, everything was fine, and then guess what? He told another guy about the group, this time a guy named Surf, which was, and remember this, was Aurora's friend. And as expected, Mel Veronica got insulted by everyone in the group. Cause, you know, he wasn't supposed to tell other people about it. It's supposedly a secret, you know? But guess what? They just let it go and Surf got in the server. Like, really, at this point everyone in the community will join that shit. I mean, load. Cause it ended fast after that. Cause apparently Mel Veronica ended Aurora's friendship with Surf, and as a revenge, Aurora's decided to try to beat Yatagarazu faster than Mel Veronica. I don't know why that is a revenge, but alright. And on the next 3 days, the server was full of insults. A true war between the two of them was going on. When eventually, Aurora's just got done of Mel Veronica, and he simply decided to leak everything about QWER to the whole community. And why? Like, you know, the guy was new to that group. He isn't even the person who's the most affected one in that case. So this revenge doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, it was what he did. And as expected, this ruined the whole plan, cause now everyone knew it was a group of people and not a player. And the whole QWER plan was completely over. And well, that's the reason on why this post even exists. To clarify the whole story of QWER and what happened and why it got exposed and etc. And also to make it very clear that the author doesn't like Auroras, not at all. But yeah, this was officially the end of QWER. Well, just before I end the video, I'd like to teach you something with all of this. And if I had to, which I actually do because I don't have more ideas on how to end the video, I'd say don't trust everyone and keep secrets as secrets. Just don't leak it. That's my advice. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Subscribe to TC3. Subscribe to TC3. Subscribe to TC3.